Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. Back this month with a twist on the involvement of the Hilton Head Humane Association with other intelligent groups and agencies who work together to provide the best results to provide safety havens for abandoned cats and dogs. Franny Gerthoffer, Executive Director of the Humane Association, as well as a WHHI-TV news partner. Franny, welcome.
Thank you.
This is really a serious topic. This is it's a horrific topic, actually.
It is.
And I'm going to let you talk a little bit about how the Hilton Head Humane Association became involved with the court case of the Colleton 68 dogs and 5 cats.
Exactly. It would be the middle of May, around the 17th, we got a call from our partners to assist in a warrant that was addressed to a breeder in Colleton County that they were going to seize 68 dogs and 5 cats, or they really weren't sure how many they were going to seize. So everything had to go into motion very quickly. So we offered our help, and we pulled all those dogs from that environment and actually housed them in our clinic until we started to figure out the process of caring for them.
And so what can you tell us that you found, like the condition these animals were living in, as well as the prognosis of their conditions once they came out?
Well, I would say that it's probably, in all my years of doing this, is probably the most horrific thing I've ever been a part of in animal care. And so it's even difficult to talk about now, even though we know that the dogs are in good hands and the cats are in good hands. But they were living in, chicken coop type of setups in their own filth with very little or no food and water. All of them had some type of medical, ranging from severe medical to at least something, you know. So everyone had to be addressed. Very under-socialized. Very scared, a couple aggressive ones, but just because of the fear. So it was so overwhelming, and as the process started, you realize that really what these animals were surviving on was actually
their instincts?
And the dirt from the ground.
Wow. Because
that's what we were finding, what was coming out of them. So it is probably the biggest neglect, abusive case that I've seen firsthand.
Yeah, wow. Mm-hmm. So basically this situation of this magnitude, you've not seen this before in our area?
Not at all. And I would say to folks that, part of me coming on TV and talking about it today was that this woman was, did not let anybody on her ground. So I would say if you are looking for a breed dog, you need to be able to see the grounds in which they came from, look at the kennel in which they live in, and be able to tour the facility. If somebody wants to meet you off-site, is probably a red flag. And I would also encourage people to look at the websites that list reputable breeders. What is the credentials to be listed on those websites? I mean, what do you need to do in order to be a part of that website that people promote you as a breeder? And I will tell you that this particular woman was on a website that all you needed to do was pay a membership fee.
Wow.
So there was no investigation, there was no critique of what enables you to be on that website. So I think, for the public, we have to be very careful about these types of situations because you really don't know what you're getting into. So I would also encourage people, even when they board their animals, a boarding facility should welcome you to look behind the scenes.
Sure.
This is where my dog, this is where my cat is going to stay. And actually we used Hardyville Pet Resort to house a lot of these animals, and that group of folks out there have been phenomenal. But that is a facility where if you want to see the kennel in which your animal is staying or the cage in which your cat is staying, they welcome you to look at it.
How do you think Lynn Van House got away with this for so long?
I think because she was very methodical in how she delivered herself. She has a wonderful website. She loves her fur babies, and her big thing was meeting people off grounds because she didn't want folks to contaminate her environment. So, and I think and I'm not really sure a lot about her, but I think that she kept a lot of what she did under wraps.
And quickly, because we only have a few seconds left, how do people find out more information about this, and where do they report it?
Well, I would say immediately report it to any local animal shelter, or if you're in Beaufort County, it's Beaufort County Animal Services.
Right.
But all information is good information in order to stop what we consider these backyard or bad breeders. Now, again, it didn't happen in our county, but it very well could have. But it's nice to see that the counties are working together to solve the issues of animal abuse wherever it might be.
Franny, thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.